Left. Face.
Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. Face. Forward.
Please be seated. At this point, I will ask for approval of the 2023 annual meeting minutes. So moved. Thank you. A second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you. At this point, I'd like to introduce our Executive Director, Mike Donati.
Mr. President, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all enjoying the convention and taking the opportunity to look at the CDs and to meet with the exhibitors and to network with your colleagues. Just a recap on the year for the association. Your association and the affiliates continue to thrive and advance. Our finances are strong across all entities, and we maintain a high affiliation rate with new firms continuously joining the membership ranks. It's not just the numbers that are strong, it's the level of interaction. Whether someone is calling with a compliance question, registering for a continuing education session, or reading our communications, we have seen more members than ever before contacting us and taking advantage of all that membership has to offer. To me, there is no better indication of our strength and value. The positive signs don't stop there. Pre-Plan continues to demonstrate why it is the gold standard of premium trust. We continue to employ the highest standards of safety, security, and ethics, while producing and providing additional tools and resources for our client firms. The latest is our marketing effort, which creates videos which can be personalized. Maintaining the gold standard has directly impacted our growth, as the trust balance has now eclipsed $800 million and 105,000 accounts. Your faith and confidence in us has never been higher, and it has not gone unnoticed. While we can easily measure our success in areas like Pre-Plan, others have yet to decline. The most pressing of the funeral service workforce. As you know, we have and continue to expend significant effort on this topic. Recognizing that it's a multifaceted issue, we have been attacking it on several fronts, including additional workers, licensing, and retention. We continue to advocate for a change to New York State regulations that will create a registered transporter position. While we wish the wheel of the government turned more quickly, we remain vigilant and continuously push for action on this proposal. We are also working closely with our four New York Mortuary Science College program directors on an alternative to the MDE. Our goal is to create a New York State licensing exam approved by New York State that is administered by NYSFDA and the college. A third major initiative on the workforce front is through our collaboration with the Northeast Partnership. The partnership will soon unveil a first-of-its-kind certification program to help funeral service recruit and retain qualified workforce. The program will start in November and run through April, which will include 6 modules covering recruitment, human resources, workplace compliance, communications, and operations. It will be an intensive and immersive program that will dive deep into the topics you need to be an employer of choice in the funeral industry. To borrow an oft-used analogy, we have sown the seeds and are striving to reap the benefits of what we have sown. In closing, I would thank the incredible staff of the association who I'm proud to work along with, the board for their continued leadership, the officers for their dedication and all the extra time they put in, and last and certainly not least, you, our members, for your continued faith and support of us. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Michael. At this point, I invite Michael Carr to come up to give us our audit committee report.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the party president and the audit committee, I'm going to read the audit report. The association and its affiliates retained the Bonadato Group to conduct the 2023 audit. In accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, the Bonadato Group audited the financial statements of the organization's entities. At the conclusion of their work, the auditors presented their results to both the audit committee and the NYSFDA board of directors. I'm pleased to report that they issued an unqualified or clean audit. For your convenience and reference, the audit materials can be found in the report to membership. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. At this point, I'd like Mark Nolan to come up and give us the nominating committee and the election results.
In accordance with bylaws, the nominating committee comprised of the New York State Student Directors Association Regional Directors approved the slate of candidates for the 2024 elections. The slate of candidates was as follows. New York State Student Directors Association Officers, President Scott Hendricks, Whiter Hendricks Funeral Home, Ilion. President-elect Michael Gordon, McManus Lawyer Funeral Home, Medford. Treasurer Mark Nolan, Home Funeral Home, Northport. Secretary Michelle Ironside, Kinsville, Ironside Funeral Home, Oneida. And David Parenti, McVeigh Funeral Home, Albany. Past President John D'Arienzo, D'Arienzo Funeral Home, Brooklyn. The Regional Directors, Region 2, David Rogers, Metropolitan Funeral Chapel, Inc., Rochester. Region 5, Nick Cassell, William J. Burke and Sons Funeral Home, Saratoga Springs. Region 9, Jeff Davis, Rocky Point Funeral Home, Rocky Point. And Peter D'Arienzo, Floyd R. Boyd Spencer Funeral Home, Ballard. Per the bylaws, all voting was conducted online. The voting period ran from June 5th through June 20th. At the conclusion of the voting period, the results were that all candidates who ran unopposed were elected to the New York State Student Directors Association Board. In the contested elections, David Parenti was elected New York State Student Directors Association Secretary, and Peter D'Arienzo was elected to represent Region 9. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mark. At this time, I have the honor of asking Beagle and Dusty to come forward to give the NFPA report.
There isn't much new things going on. The body broker bill, which I updated you on last year, that we had introduced into the House and the Senate, that would have created oversight and authority over facilities that receive donated human bodies and body parts for research and education. This bill would have created levels of integrity with a formal registry, established a chain of custody and standards for labeling, packaging, and shipment, as well as standards for final disposition. At this time, the bill remains in these hallowed halls, and we hope that this very important bill makes its way through. And we're hoping that this actually will come to fruition shortly. Under regulation, the two important bills that are standing, or issues rather, are under formaldehyde and the funeral rules. Under formaldehyde, a little under 2 years ago, the EPA had small businesses and the possible risks that it may present. It has selected formaldehyde for a risk assessment under their Toxic Substances Control Act. And funeral homes weren't the only industry that was affected by this, but NFPA took it seriously, and our profession had no reliable scientific data prior to 1980. So it did a study with member firms and found that funeral homes and funeral professions really did a good job at effectively managing our exposure. Now, the good news is, and I will ask NFPA Representative Steve Span, who's with us. Steve, if you would just stand. He's with us for our convention. He just let me know that the EPA has now dropped the funeral homes under this investigation. On the other side, though, OSHA has picked it up. So it looks like we're in their line of sight, but right now it's in limbo. So as it goes along, we'll keep that in sight. The third thing is the funeral rule. All of us know the funeral rule. It went into effect in 1984. It was revised in 1994. For our newest funeral directors, simply what it is, it requires funeral providers to give itemized price information with disclosures. We give consumers a general price list, a casket price list, and a burial container price list. It prohibits us from misrepresenting legal, crematory, and cemetery requirements. It doesn't allow us to embalm with a fee without permission. It prohibits us from requiring consumers to buy certain goods and services. Now, back in October of 22, the FTC issued a, quote, advance notice of rulemaking for the funeral rule, which is the federal regulation that governs funeral homes. And this entity addressed 7 areas for which the FTC is considering expanding the rule, which may include online and electronic price disclosures, crematory fees, reduced basic fee disclosures, embalming disclosures. NFPA asserted that there is no need to expand this rule. It says that it has not met the burden established by Congress and the court necessary to provide the rule. It hasn't shown that any changes would advance the rule's purpose, and it hasn't shown that any benefits of a revision would outweigh the costs. So at this time, this issue is in a holding pattern. Actually, all 3 of these issues are in a holding pattern. So as things happen, I will update you as they come along. So this is just my update. As we really don't have time for questions, both I and Steve are here for the duration of the convention. We'll be around on the floor, so if you have any questions, please seek us out. And that is my update. Okay, I'm not leaving. Yay! Okay, we're going to begin with our installation of water system. So installing our boards is an integral part of our annual convention, and it begins a ceremony that starts a new year with enthusiasm, service, fun, and fellowship for all. So let's begin. We're going to begin with the installation of our FDSS board, our past presidents, and our regional directors. When I call your name, I'll ask you to stand and remain in your place. So joining our FDSS board, I ask Mr. Danford Baxter to please stand, who joins our FDSS board as Associate Director. He's not here. In our position as past president, we welcome Mr. Andy Powell. Our newest regional directors from Region 2, Mr. Dave Rogers. From Region 5, Mr. Nick DeSelle. And from Region 9, Mr. Peter Garienzo. Mr. Powell, you stand alone. Oh, forgive me, Mr. Rogers. Welcome, Mr. Powell. Gentlemen, please raise your right hand and state your name.
I, Nick Rogers,
Solemnly I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
to commit myself to our code of ethics,
to commit myself to a code of ethics,
to assume full responsibility
to assume full responsibility
to our honorable organization.
to our honorable organization.
Therefore, by the authority vested in me today, I hereby declare you duly installed. Congratulations. Sorry, a lot of communication. Okay. Our board is led by 5 officers, 5 individuals committed to the ongoing success of the upholding of our aims, our values, and the integrity of our association. Together, their experience and wisdom will achieve the continuance of the heritage of our fine association, keeping it strong, viable, meaningful, as different segments of funeral service continues to grow and evolve. I invite to the front of the podium President John D'Arienzo to be installed as immediate past president. John, in your capacity as our president, you have served our board and our association well. Please accept our thanks and our congratulations. And as you know, your job is not yet complete. You have guided our association this past year with dedication and integrity, and you will now serve as our immediate past president. You are in the position of advising and counseling incoming officers through your leadership that you procured when you served us as Secretary, Treasurer, President-elect, and then as our President. Your presence and your knowledge of executive duties enabled you to further our association's continued success. So, John, do you accept this responsibility and promise to perform your duties as our Executive Past President to the best of your ability? And if so, please answer, I do.
I do.
And please step to your left. I invite to the front of the podium Mr. Dave Parente to be installed as Secretary. Dave, you've been elected to serve our association as our secretary. The responsibilities are keeping records, and as thus, you are the custodian of records and actions. And as such, you will work alongside our association staff to ensure the fulfillment of this office's requirements. So Dave, do you accept this responsibility and promise to perform your duties as secretary to the best of your ability? And if so, please answer, I do. And please join me. I invite to the front of the podium Mr. Mark Nolan to be installed as treasurer. Mark, you have been elected to serve our association as our treasurer. Your responsibilities are keeping records and overseeing funds which are the motor of our association. You are the custodian of the financial records and actions, and as such, you will work alongside our association staff to ensure the fulfillment of this office's requirements. So Mark, do you accept this responsibility and promise to perform your duties as treasurer to the best of your ability? And if so, please answer, I do.
I do.
And please join me. serve our association as president-elect. And your position carries an important responsibility. As next in office to our president, you become his right hand. You become a trusted assistant, working closely with him, assisting him whenever and however possible. You are expected to step in his absence or incapacity. Our members have chosen you for this office, knowing you have the ability to fulfill these duties. So, Mike, do you accept this responsibility and promise to fulfill your duties as president-elect to the best of your abilities? And if so, please answer, I do.
I do.
Please join me. I invite to the front of the podium Mr. Scott Hendricks to be installed as president. Having been elected to the office of the president of our association, on your shoulders has fallen a mantle of leadership. It is your responsibility to organize, lead, suggest, and inspire. By leading with a firm hand, looking always to the welfare and success of our association. Through the election process, members have demonstrated their faith in you and your leadership, as well as your ability to carry out the duties of our highest office. You lead us forward to the unknown challenges and new horizons waiting in the year ahead. We recognize your loyalty to the aims and purposes of our association and your dedication to upholding our Constitution and our bylaws. It will be your duty to guide the officers and directors in the charge of carrying out to the fullest our association's aims and objectives. Yours is the highest of all our officers, and with this honor comes the highest authority and heaviest responsibility. You are the CEO and will be expected to preside at all meetings. It is your duty to appoint committees and chairs as necessary, and to act as ex officio member of these committees. You are expected to provide an environment that ensures that our board and our members achieve its goals. So, Scott, do you accept this responsibility and promise to perform your duties as our president to the best of your abilities? And if so, please answer, I do.
I do.
And please join the rest of our team. Gentlemen, please raise your right hands. On your honor, as our elected officers of the New York State Funeral Directors Association for the year 24-25, do you pledge individually and collectively to stand by and with our association ensuring our success in funeral service for the coming year? And if so, please say I do.
I do.
It is a great privilege to welcome you into the official responsibility for our association welfare. I know that each of you deeply appreciates the honor bestowed upon you by your fellow members, and that you enter upon official business with the earnest resolution to be faithful to the trust reposed in you. May your term of office be one of deep satisfaction and provide you with the knowledge of a job well done. Most heartily, we congratulate you. With this challenge to you and the privilege granted to me in accordance with our Constitution and bylaws, I hereby declare each of you the officers of the New York State Funeral Directors Association duly installed. Congratulations. Now, I invite to the podium, past President Bob Hogan, and immediate past President John Garrienzo.
been a privilege to serve alongside you during your term as president this past year. We want to thank you for your leadership. I want to personally thank you for your friendship. I just wanted to take a moment just to let you folks know about John's commitment to the NYSFDA and his leadership. John's dad passed away when he was only 47 years old, and many years ago. And his uncle, Dr. Nicholas D'Arienzo, became the patriarch of John's family. Dr. Nick's wake is taking place as we speak, and his funeral mass is tomorrow morning. So that just shows you John's commitment. He wanted to be here to serve out his term as president. So John's leaving on a flight to continue his dedication, leaving on a flight at 6:30 to be at his uncle's funeral mass tomorrow morning, and he'll be back on another flight to be with us all for the banquet. So again, that just shows John's dedication to this organization and his commitment. John, that being said, I'm honored to invite you into the past presidents club of this great organization. I want to present you with your past president's pin. Secret handshake, that's, well, you'll miss tomorrow's morning, but I'll fill you in. I will now remove the president's pin. John, also, I want to present you with your past president's cufflinks. Wear them well.
A year is thought of as a long time. You're going to add another candle to your birthday cake, forget your wedding anniversary again. Young couples can have a baby. When it comes to having the honor to serve as New York State Funeral Directors Association as president, I've been asked in a year enough time to serve as president. It is. My designated time flew by and was enjoyable and so rewarding. Bobby, Scott, Mike, and Mark, I'm forever grateful for your friendship and everything we did as a team this past year. David, you'll be joining a finely tuned operation. Its success is in equal parts due to the work of the board and our exceptional management team. My time as past president still comes with responsibilities to our association and some specific duties that are dedicated to the role entrusted to me. The title of past president is not an honorary one, and I fully expect Scott to ask for any help and give him and the other officers. I did not excel in sports in my youth. I always wanted to help out at the family funeral home. I think I'm a good funeral director. Being chosen by UP is to be in the role of leadership in the greatest funeral directors association group is akin to winning the MVP award for a great year under the spotlight. I hate using the Yankee analogy 2 years in a row, but Lou Gehrig said in his farewell speech, "Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of this earth." To that I add, I consider myself the luckiest person in funeral service. Thank you for the honor and trust you've shown me this past year. The New York State Funeral Directors Association presented to Roger J. Hogan with gratitude for your service as a leader of the New York State Funeral Directors Association, August 2024.
Anyway, I thank all of you for the privilege of serving this great organization and for your support during my term as president. I know I've been on that list of past presidents for a year now, so I look forward to continuing to be with all of you as the years go on. So thank you very much. And Scott, I just want to congratulate you. I know you'll be a great president.
At this point, I ask Scott to come forward. Scott, it's my honor to hand you a gavel. And on it says Scott C. Hendricks, New York State Funeral Directors Association President 2024, 2025. Use it wisely. Presidents have the honor of wearing a pin that states President of the USA Funeral Directors Association. At this time, I take the honor of pinning Scott.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. I believe when I started down the road as a regional director, I think Mike and I were talking about 8 years ago now, this is the last place I expected to end up, but here we are. And I'm looking forward to it. To serve as president of our great association is truly an honor and a privilege. You are members of what makes all the hard work that we do as an association worthwhile. Our workforce, from workforce to licensure issues to HR, regulatory questions, CEs, and beyond, we are here to support you and your businesses. Starting with the regional directors who serve on the board and represent the regions of New York, represent you at our board on a daily basis. To our officers who oversee every aspect of our association, to our amazing staff that pull everything together for the association and make it look so easy. Every one of us is working to make your job, our job, of serving our families and our communities easier. And throughout this year, I want to assure you that the officers, board, and staff are here working for you. So please, don't hesitate to reach out to us. On a personal note, I want to thank you, our members, for giving me this opportunity. To the past presidents, I've had the privilege of serving as an officer with John Kelly, Bob Hogan, John B. Thank you truly for your leadership, your friendship, and your tutelage. To Mike Gordon, Mark Nolan, and David Franke, thank you for your friendship and the opportunity to work together. I'm looking forward to see what we can accomplish this year. And a huge thank you to all of the sponsors, especially of this convention, especially Pre-Plan and the Tribute Foundation, because without their support, this convention and the educational programs that we're able to put forward wouldn't be possible. And most of all, to my family, because we all know we cannot do this alone. My parents, Lynn and Sandy, who I was lucky enough to work side by side with for almost 40 years. My wife, Jerry, who came to work with us back in 2004, and still is amazed at all the stuff I get involved in. And to my two girls, who unfortunately can't be here, Tori and Jackie, but they always understood when Dad had to go to work. So in closing, thank you all again for this opportunity, and hope you have a great convention, and I look forward to seeing you through the next year. Thank you.
Awards and the Samuel Q. Baxter Scholarship Award.
Good afternoon again, everybody. So as the chairman of the Tribute Foundation, each year we award the Franklin Steinberg Scholarship. Franklin was dedicated to funeral service and served on the NYSFDA board. The boardroom in Albany is named after him. For several years, he served on the board for several years. Educational programming provided by the New York State Tribute Foundation, thanks in part to Franklin's bequest that he gave to the Tribute Foundation and New York State Funeral Directors many years ago, has enabled us to provide things like the convention, but more importantly, provide support and financial assistance to students who are going to take their next steps in funeral service. Funeral service professionals play an incredible, important role in local communities and the overall public health system. The New York State Tribute Foundation strives to increase the number of new funeral service professionals by providing educational scholarships to current and future service professionals. So I know we have a couple of them here. I'm going to read your name. If I do not pronounce your name correctly, please forgive me. I do make that mistake quite a bit. So if you're here, please come forward for a photo opportunity and I can give you your certificate of congratulations. We're going to start with Jean Caro. Bianca Gephardt. Leila Piar. Madison Parker. Fong Sue. Good luck in your studies. There is one more award that is to be awarded. It is the Samuel Q. Baxter Scholarship Award. And the recipient this year is Richard McKay. Is Richard here? Well, let's give a round of applause to Richard. Again, thank you to Franklin for the request that he made to us in order to provide programs like this and the financial support to the students. And again, congratulations to all the students.
Our program will continue with recognition of accomplishments. This past year, the New York State Funeral Directors Association retiring board members are Richard O'Shea, Todd Kilmer, Kevin Sullivan, and Joe Martin. Kevin, please stand. Thank you for your service, Kevin. I'm sorry, Kevin, you gotta stand again and come forward. Here's your name right this time. We have a retired pre-plan trustee, David Barado. The board of directors this past year formed the emeritus chairperson of FDSS, and after 35 continuous years of service, Gene Guarino retired from FDSS, and we have appointed him the emeritus chairperson. I don't think Gene is here. For those funeral home directors in attendance, the Pursuit of Excellence Awards, Christopher Mitchell Funeral Homes Incorporated.
Usually my son gets the pictures.
Lakeside Memorial Funeral Home Incorporated. H.E. Turner and Company. Those designated with the CFSP designation, Patrick J. Long. Career milestones, as licensed, 15 years in Florida, 30 years, Christopher Tomline, 35 years, Don Keller. Thomas Lynn, Ralph Ferraro. Get some big numbers now. 50 years. Cliff Glasgow, Robert Enos, Jeff Davis, Jack Sandage, and Thomas Sullivan. Leonard Edwards and John Kelly. Funeral home milestones. 90 years, Owen and Parker, Boys Funeral Home. Century Club, over 100 years. W.E. Albright and Sons, 1884. Hybrid Funeral Home, 1829. Wattendale Funeral Home, 1894. There's a casino and there's a trade floor that starts at 4 o'clock, unless you guys want to stay here. I will take a motion for adjournment. Thank you, Jeff. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?